About it, man. Know about that youngster?
Coming live from the 832. Coming live from the 713.
346.
Houston, Texas, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy John B. and your boy.
Right low.
Coming to you live with the Anything But Irrelevant podcast, episode number 1.
We on this thing, baby.
We is in here.
Yeah, for the one time, man.
You ready to roll?
Yeah, man. We got something big to speak on today, man. 9-year-old pepper sprayed in New York. Bad situation, man. We got a little clip for you guys to listen to.
3 Rochester, New York police officers have been removed from patrol after video showed them pepper spraying a 9-year-old handcuffed girl. We want to warn you, the video is tough to watch.
No, you said that you were going to pepper spray me. No, please, no, stop. Sit back. Oh, I got a bag.
This sprayer. Here.
Stop. Sit back.
I got her. I got her.
The incident began with a parent telling officers the girl had threatened to harm herself and others. At one point, an officer told the girl she was acting like a child. She replied, I am a child. Police-
That shit crazy, man. That shit crazy.
So let's talk about it.
Let's get on it, man. First of all, good evening, good afternoon. But nah, this happened in Rochester, New York.
Rochester, New York.
Yeah, on the 29th of January, a mother called the police and assistance to get special help, not to detain, but to get special help for her child who was having a breakdown from a situation. We'll speak more into, and in that situation, they detained her, which wasn't necessary. She just needed some talking. And while they was detaining her, she was screaming for her father. And she was pepper sprayed in the back of a car, a 9-year-old black child. Yeah.
Because they couldn't control her, supposedly.
Yeah.
3-4 grown police officers couldn't control a 9-year-old girl.
They're trained to hold bigger people, but, they couldn't.
They can't even hold bigger people. They kill them. They don't hold them.
Only if they're black.
They choke them. You know what I mean? It ain't holding. But the main problem with this is we had just seen the longer clip with the mom calling the police.
She did. She's the
basically getting them to come and handle her, and already saying the police are going to do this, and that to you.
Yeah.
So she knew.
Yeah. She
pretty much what the police were going to do once her child started wilding out.
Yeah, her intention was to inflict any harm or whatever she could create danger towards her own child. When we did watch the 10-minute clip, because what was released was a shorter clip and nobody really knows of that one. But again, in that clip, which was 5 minutes and 44 seconds missing, and the mom was being abusive verbally. Then
she said, "I got custody of you.
Yeah.
You are my child.
Yeah,
I can do what I want with you, basically."
And she was physically being abusive to that child.
She hit her on the video.
She hit her. She was grabbing her. She was trying to drag her back to the house.
She did say, "I'll yoke you up and drag you back to the house."
Yeah.
That might be quote unquote.
She was doing that, and the officer was in the middle. In the sense, I'm not saying that they did a poor job, the cops in hand. I'm not saying when it started, they came in, they tried to handle the situation the best they can. But because the officers, I'm not saying that you have to be black in order to understand the melanin skin culture and their behavior and how they handle things. They wasn't, the more it progressed and they got loud and they get aggressive. You see things going around. That's when they start getting scared.
Yeah.
And they start getting annoyed by the situation, and then they start to get a little bit aggressive. And that's when the clip comes in to where everything happened. But they did do a lot of things wrong. 9-year-old, you're not supposed to put them in handcuffs.
Definitely should have never been in handcuffs.
Never. In the law, it's 12 and under they can't be. Other than that, that happens. I mean, you shouldn't have to. But still, 12 is the age.
My thing is, okay, with the mom already right there, why are they trying to put her in the police car? They say they were trying to take her to the hospital or something like that, I believe.
Yeah.
But the mom's right there. Is the mom telling you take her to the hospital? I didn't hear that. You know what I'm saying? Why were they putting her in the car in the first place?
And they called, they basically trying to get her to calm down because she was running everywhere. And they feel like if they isolated her and put her in one spot, she'll calm down. But what they didn't understand and what we seen, because we know that of that
it
culture,
got worse once they isolated them too.
That's true.
That's when she started yelling for her dad. And
They figured once they got her in that car, she'll be still and she'll behave and they can talk. But what they didn't see, what we saw, was the mother she was scared of the mother, but she was so aggressive, like the mother.
Yeah.
They couldn't even see that she was scared. She didn't want to go back home, and she didn't want to go with them either. She wanted her father, who she screamed out for. We saw that. We can see that, but that's something that they can't because they are patrolling streets that they are not a part of. They didn't grow up in there. They don't know their culture. So, and that's another thing we want to speak on police, and what they can change and what they can do. But yeah, man, that whole situation was bad because they just didn't have patience, and the mother, being the aggressor, yes, I'm calling that mother out, being the aggressor of the whole situation didn't make it any better. And what happened was what she wanted to happen, because that's why she called them in the first place.
yeah, that's exactly what she wanted. And she said that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, these cops are going to come over here and jack you up and everything else. Is there, we've never seen this really handled a good way.
No.
But at the same time, the good way, when encounters like these happen, when it is settled peacefully and everything, of course we don't see that. We only see when it gets out of hand.
True.
But is there a certain way to handle a child like that? Like, what would you do if you were a cop in that situation? You know what I'm saying? How do you handle a child that's you can't control? You try and talk to her. You try and
Time. I got all day. You gonna sit out here? All right, cool. I'm gonna wait on you to calm down.
It's cold outside. It's snowing.
Make her calm down. Okay, well, if you're cold, you'll come in this car. You wait on the child because they are ignorant and they don't know any better than an adult would. So in handling that situation, that's how you handle them. You just wait it out.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Now, a grown adult and all that, yeah. Hey, man, you know better than this.
You could take some action.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's understandable. But in child, 9 years old, just think of it if it was your own child. You taking your own child, dragging them in the snow, handcuffing them, putting them in the back, and then pepper spray. That's what you do to your child? That's what you would do.
Oh, no, that would never happen.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you basically doing. And I'm not saying, that they didn't follow their procedure or tried to do it the best way they can to handle that situation. But you gotta try the better way first to the fullest extent. If nobody's being harmed in any manner, try it that way till you can't no more. You know what I'm saying? We all human, man, and we all have emotions. And them emotions play a big factor in a lot of decisions we make until we get older and mature and know, hey, I was fucking up. I was tripping. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know all this shit right now. It's a lot of instances where I was like, damn, I did that. My man, I don't know what's wrong with me.
Yeah, just young.
You know what I'm saying? So that situation was terrible, man. Handcuffing her, put pepper spray in her. And the way he said it, he was like, "Here, take this." You know, like that was some fucked up shit. He didn't say like, "Look, man, you really need to calm down. I'm going to pepper." Like he didn't. He just was like, it was fun. He didn't have any remorse in his.
I mean, they probably pepper spray people every day. So I mean, to him, it's no different than spraying the person they probably sprayed earlier in the day. You know what I mean?
They be waiting to use this.
I'm about to pepper spray you. Like, I'm surprised she didn't get tased. You know, because that's usually what they first go to. So surprisingly, it didn't even go that far, and they did only just use pepper spray. No matter what, it was way too much to handle the situation. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to calm these people down. You're letting the mom just go off.
Yeah, what?
You're just letting the mom go off and say what she want. Cuss everybody out. You got people passing by and she cussing them out, like, and you weren't controlling her at all. But
that's who
I don't even hear the child when he's talking to the mom. You don't even hear the child. You know what I mean? It wasn't until the mom started going off and then he grabs the child to try and separate her and take her to the car. That's when she starts going off, and then the whole script just gets flipped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This was a really bad situation. Our cops need to learn how to handle people. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't know what kind of training they do on the daily. If they do any training outside of in the academy.
Yeah.
But they need to do some crisis management training. You know what I mean?
Or actually send out the people they ask for. They ask for
That
somebody
too.
to handle the situation, not a cop, not a guy that doesn't have any experience.
Yeah, that's just like in Kooman when they asked for a mental health, I don't know what social worker.
Yeah.
I don't know what you would call them. They asked for a mental health social worker to show up and help this problem that the pastor that had died in Kooman by Kooman police.
Yeah, man.
They asked for a mental health person to come through,
Same thing.
talk to him, try and help him through this situation. They said they didn't have one on hand, so they sent the police still, by themselves. And you see how that turned out with a man dead.
Yeah.
They don't know how to handle these situations. And the minute they get
Any ounce of fear.
fear.
And that's the crazy thing. You're a police officer.
But listen. And I said this in another video that'll probably drop while I was on my bike. Crazy thing. I said the exact same thing. These cops are just like me and you, bro.
True.
They are literally just like me and you, probably staying in the same places, pretty much making the same money. I mean, yeah, it's probably better because you're a cop and
Benefits.
they get different opportunities and benefits and stuff like that. But they're just like me and you, bro. Honestly, maybe less than. I'll put it like that. And when I say less than, they don't have the same confidence. They don't have the same abilities. They don't have the same abilities. Literally, think about us being athletic compared to some of these cops out here. They ain't fucking athletic.
Yeah.
And that's why they can't run. They can't run after people and, try and stop them. They don't have the strength to just hold them down. So what do they result in? The weapons that they have on their belt.
Short-tempered, abusing authority.
That too. They beating their women at the house, and because they got all this authority, and this thing is running through them all day, every day.
Yes.
Being a cop does not turn off. When you're a cop 24/7.
True that.
So they're always. I'm pretty sure they're always aggressive until they get home and they get them some Douce and Sprite.
My mom's a cop.
And cool down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they always have that turned on. They have to. Once you take that oath, that's pretty much it. You can't turn that off. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So they have to find a way to really deal with crisis management and get some real training out here to deal with kids. Specific training to deal with kids. You know what I'm saying? You should not be going that far with a kid.
True.
That has no weapon, no nothing.
I think I said this. In those situations, they suspend them and then they get sued. But they get sued, and the lawyers that are helping them in their case are from taxpayer pockets.